fear to take control, how many witnesses do I have? The real you will come out. Can I get a witness up in here? I was on my way up the road this morning talking to a colleague, and he said he remembered the time early on in his life when God had delivered him, and he got in a tough place. And he started to think, I could just go back to doing what I used to do. But thanks be to God, he made a decision to hold his ground, and God's been blessed ever since. Here's the psychology of the text, that the people believe that they could manage life if they plan carefully, if they increase their so-called spirituality. God often leads people into situations where human management becomes impossible. And God is not really concerned about your so-called spirituality. He's concerned about the truth, because only the truth will set you free. It's in those moments that divine sovereignty becomes visible. When you can't handle it, God will show up in the midst of your situation. Do I have any witnesses up in here that whenever you got nervous beyond compare, whenever you got overwhelmed and you couldn't understand what was going on or do anything about what was going on, that God showed up in the midst of you? That's what's going on. There's a crisis at the Red Sea, and it's not by accident, because God has intentionally placed his people in a place where only divine intervention can get them out. And I need you to know, beloved, that you're not just backed up against the wall by accident. You're not just stuck in a rut by accident. It's God positioning you for divine intervention. Can I just pause the room for a moment? And I just wish you'd be honest with me. Have you ever been in a place where you really didn't know how to get out of? I know you ain't want to tell nobody because they thought you were stronger than that. You didn't want to talk to nobody because they thought you knew it all. But you got into a place where you did not know how to get out of it. I've been reading this book. Lately, and one of the great quotes out of this book says that your power is not in your controlling everything around you. Your power is how you respond to everything that's around you. And Israel has not learned this yet. And so fear is revealed, and they still believe they could trust and depend on their survival expertise, their own management of the circumstances. But Moses stands up before them, and he delivers a command that challenges every instinct of human anxiety. He says, "Fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." Man, every time I read that as a believer, I get excited because it is contradictory of what we would do most of the time. We trying to figure it out. We trying to work it out. We trying to plan it out. We trying to manipulate it out. We're trying to cuss it out. We trying to fuss it out. We trying to push it out. It is contradictory to what we would normally do. And can I tell you that God is about to teach them and us how he can make us revolutionary. Sometimes the greatest miracle in our life begins when God removes our ability to control the situation.